get a good comparison of the two right-handers here. Marini did not compete at the zonal championships due to injury, so his world ranking just dipped down a bit, but Marini himself has got gold at the Tokyo World Cup, silver at the Cairo World Cup, and bronze in Acapulco throughout the season. Bronzes and silvers for Enzo Lefort, not quite up to the standard of this man this season. Bronze in Bonn, bronze in Cairo, plus a silver at the European Championships. But Tommaso Marini on home soil, the only Italian to make the quarterfinals in this competition, is a phenomenon. Expect fireworks in this one. So men's foil semi-final number 2 at the 2023 World Championships underway, and the home crowd will all be behind the man on the right, Tommaso Marini. Enzo Lefort is a hallmark for modern men's foil. It's a blade movement, keeps the hand a little bit away from his opponent when he's attacking, and in the face when he's having to defend. In contrast, Marini, for me, is a collection of all the best bits of Italian men's foil over the last 2 decades. There's a lot of Andrea Cassara in him, but there's also bits of Falconi, bits of Garozzo, bits of even Baldini. Now, Marini certainly thinks the attack was blocked. He thinks he put a parry in there. I think I heard 2 beats of the blade. So Enzo Lefort on the right has the attack at the moment. Now, there is the blade pickup from Tommaso Marini, as far as he's concerned. And then he only makes 1 action afterwards. Is that going to be enough to convince the referee, Andrzej Witkowski? It is not. So the parry, it was decided that the parry wasn't strong enough effectively. You can expect a huge amount of athleticism from the pair of them. A nice little leap there from Enzo Lefort, forcing the counter across onto the leg, which is off target. Lefort will be kicking himself there. Patient, that was really nice from Marini. Just creeping forwards bit by bit and just waiting for the moment for the target to come into range. Caught in 2 minds that time, the Italian, and Enzo Lefort took advantage. Went for over the top parry past the 4 sweep across the body like a windscreen wiper. Watch this, and then goes for the flick over the top onto the back, but Marini doing a bit of body evasion, avoids getting hit with it, and lands his own. So on the second time of asking, this time Marini lands his attack. First one falls short, it's parried in fact, and then the second one is the one that counted. of second intention now from Marini. He's trying to lure Lefort into attacking. Even though he's pushing him, he's trying to lure him into starting an attack that he can work off. That's still the attack from the left, but you can see what Tommaso Marini's got in his mind. Nearly got away with that one. But if you got the right away and you score, you're going to get the point every day, and that's what happened for Enzo Lefort. Beat attack. There's the beat, and it lured Lefort into finishing off his action, bringing his target closer to Marini, and in fact it's gone for a review. It's a Merrick Clough in the box for Enzo Lefort, and there is Andrei Witkowski on the right, Tim Bardenhagen on the left. Witkowski, the floor referee, comes back to give the decision and gives it as he initially had, so sticks with the decision. So if Lefort had actually called for that video, which he may well have done, he's lost one of his 2 appeals. They're both looking for the same action there, both looking for the beat attack. The referee decides not to separate those ones. So Marini with the right of way, blocked out by Lefort with the parry, and the riposte is off target. Got a quick snap there of Merrick Clough, the French coach. So the parry riposte, parry and compound riposte, so change lines during the riposte. And this time on the attack, and Lefort got a little bit caught flat-footed. So far in the match, both fencers have had a couple of moments where they've kind of lost concentration. There is Stefano Cerioni affirming that Marini's attack is the way forward. But this time, Marini gets the beat, gets the right of way, but Lefort dives in on the counter-attack and prevents the tall man from landing or being able to find anywhere on the target to hit. Just starting to hot up this one. Lefort perhaps giving away a bit of the game there. Oh, beautiful hit in the end. There was a bit of toing and froing from the pair of them, but Lefort just picked the moment to land that one. They're both trying to trick each other with distance, trying to catch them as they're just before they start to change direction. Lure them in a little bit too close. They're using their body movement, leaning it back and forward, as well as their feet, to create the illusion of effectively the wrong distance. Again, a little moment, a millisecond of lack of concentration, and he kind of just couldn't recover from it, Lefort. Marini spotted that millisecond and landed his attack. Just starting to get to the boil now, this one. Attack fails. Continuation is pushed through from Lefort, and Marini wondering what he could have done about that. He got the beat in, and perhaps he's thinking about turning of the head. He's looking towards Stefano Cerioni to ask whether he should appeal for that. Decides not to call for the video. So you're not allowed to turn your head on your opponent. The back of the mask doesn't cover your head. What are you doing in this occasion? Oh, multiple parries in that one. And in the end, Marini is the one that lands off target. Third counter riposte. If my memory serves me well. Oh, lovely. The stop hit coming into play here. That's a counteraction as you're running away. You put the shot onto your opponent's target. And there's a happy Italian fan. And you're running away. You reach out your hand to try and, or you reach out your point to try and hit your opponent as they're coming forwards on the attack with the right of way, and then you've got to hit them and get out of the way and not get hit. It's much easier for a taller man. Now on the attack. Getting a lot of variety now from Marini, and Lefort again caught just a tiny bit flat-footed. Both of them have to watch out for the head now. Parry riposte for me off target. Referee has given that the other way, and I wonder if Marini calls for a video on this one. Oh, when you just see the replay, there was a beat from Lefort as well. So all square, a repeat of the men's foil final in Cairo last year at the World Championships that Lefort won. Marini looking for a bit of revenge. Finds the blade, but doesn't find the target. Attack still good for the right-hand side, and the Italian crowd know that. And a card coming out for Enzo Lefort because of the mask. There's a hint of that happening earlier on. If you move your mask, if you go down, you've effectively got to keep your chin up. If you duck out of the way, you've got to keep your chin up so you're not blocking any of the target. In this case, as Enzo Lefort was going backwards, he tilted his head to the right, and that kind of covers the shoulder. And it's not allowed. And that's why he's got a yellow card. If he does anything like that again, it'll be a point to Marini. And that looked to be a parry riposte to me. And it's been given to Enzo Lefort, and immediately Tommaso Marini calls for a video review. My gut tells me it felt more like Marini's, but you know, I'm a commentator, not a referee. Andrzej Witkowski, one of the very best referees in the world from Poland, closest to us on the right-hand side of the little box in the top left of your screen, talking with another great referee from Germany, Tim Badenhagen. Fikowski back ready, having reviewed the video a number of times. And he is changing it. And the riposte does go with Tommaso Marini. Opens up a 2-point lead for the first time in a while, but there's less than 10 seconds left in the first period. Emeric Clot there, the French coach, catatonic with that decision. So time for one more. Para riposte off target this time. So even though you see the red light from Lefort, the right of way was with the Italian on the right-hand side. Well, they're back away, and we go to the first minute break. We've had 3 minutes of fencing time on the clock, and the athletes get to have a little break, chat to their coach, and take on some fluids. And both men noticeably sitting down as well. Tommaso Marini being asked to get back onto the piste, and the coach has to go up to him rather than the other way around. As we take a look back at some of the fantastic action from the first 3 minutes of this fight. Like I say, a repeat of the World Championship final in Cairo last year, which Enzo Lefort won. But at the moment, it's Marini from Italy with a 2-point lead. 12-10, the Italian leads. The target score of 15 points to make it to the gold medal match. Hard for the Frenchman not to notice that the stadium announcer is encouraging the audience here to cheer for Tommaso Marini. So start of the second period of the men's foil semi-final here in Milan at the World Championships, and Enzo Lefort coming out like he means business straight away. Tense, isn't it? Now, for me, this time it felt more like the beat was coming from Lefort's side. Looked a lot more like that to me. You can see that Marini's also trying to find a beat, but it was just a stronger action from Lefort, and that's why he gets the right of way. Oh, there were 3 beats of the blade there. The final one is with Lefort, and even Stefano Cerioni nods his head to that one. Italian coach saying, yep, that was on you, my man. So Lefort, just like that, has leveled things up and seems determined now to pick up the pace in the match. Going after a little high-low attack. He's managed to hit off target there. This time, the parry is from the Italian on the right. Enzo Lefort comes in with the attack. There's the big circular C's flick over the top. Really hotting up now. Attack left, they're trading blows here. Enzo Lefort seeing the opportunity to get to the target and takes it. 13s. Lefort on the attack again. Marini blocks him out. Somehow hits his riposte off target, perhaps on the inside of the right shin of Enzo Lefort. Now, does the attack go through? It doesn't, it's blocked out by Marini. He does get the block just there, and you can see it was a second action from Enzo Lefort on the replay. 1 away. After revenge here, after losing the final in Cairo at the World Championships last year, Tommaso Marini 1 away from making the final, where he'll face Nick Itkin of the USA. There's a beating of the blades in the middle. I think that was Tommaso Marini's beat on the blade as Enzo Lefort comes forwards, and the referee is going to have a look at the replay here. You could see the big action from Tommaso Marini. Crowd are not happy having seen the video. Andrzej Witkowski went to have a look himself. Oh, and a card is coming out. A card is coming out, and it's a red card for Enzo Lefort. In the middle of that, there must have been a covering of the target or an obstruction of the head. And Tommaso Marini from Italy takes the second semi-final here in Milan. Emericlo not happy with the decision, but it matters not. The athletes have done the handshake, and Tommaso Marini is into the gold medal match on home soil for the second time in a row. He ended up with silver last year, losing to Enzo Lefort. He's beaten in the semi-finals here, and confirmation that Tommaso Marini will have another chance for the second year in succession of going for the World Championship title. And look what it means to everyone here in Milan. Well, we're going to look back on that final hit, and it was the ducking of the head of the Frenchman on the left-hand side. There you go, very clear, and immediately Marini indicates to his coach, look, the head goes down, he's covering an obscuring target who was already on a yellow card, and that's why referee Witkowski pulls out the red card, and that meant the winning hit for Tommaso Marini of Italy. And we will see this man again in the final of the men's foil competition as he takes on Nick Itkin of the USA in around about 15 minutes time.